Will Frank Black end up alone? I don't know. He's one of those characters that always seems sort of permanently isolated, socially speaking. Even like when his marriage with Catherine was going great and everything, and they got the dog, they had Jordan, and everything was bright, he still seemed on his own in a sense. And I think that's because of his gift/curse, right? Like he sees what the victim sees, he sees what the killer sees. And that sort of thing will tend to isolate a person, socially speaking. And then, Frank is a really cool guy. Like, he seems to know a lot about pop culture. He's witty. He seems really likable. He's really decent. He's hardworking, ambitious, driven, committed to his family. But nevertheless, he does seem, socially speaking, he's always kind of on like some sort of island by himself. It's like he's always like, you know, a man apart or a man alone. And like the character Crocell in the episode The Curse of Frank Black in season 2, the Halloween episode. God, that's like the best Halloween episode ever. The character Crocell, played by Dean Winters, he points out how Frank is becoming like the scary German dude from the Monster Squad. You know, he's becoming the creepy guy in the neighborhood that the kids are afraid of. And you don't want that. And Crocell saw everything he was doing in that episode. He's like, I think I threw shit at my house too, but I didn't throw eggs. I threw dog shit, and I left it there. And Frank eggs his old house, the yellow house on Ezekiel. He does, of course, go back and clean it off. But nevertheless, it seems like a guy like Frank just might end up alone, just given the amount of shit that he's seen and how long it's been going on for. It's been happening since he was a kid. And that is another thing that's made abundantly clear in the episode The Curse of Frank Black, the Halloween episode from season 2. I think it's season 2, episode 6. I think it's the 6th episode. And so I think, yes, unfortunately, a guy like Frank Black would be destined to spend the majority of his time by himself, just because it feels like that's his fate. You know, your destiny, you can change, but your fate is carved in stone. Some people have a destiny. Other people have fate. And I think Frank is on the side of fate. I think Frank is sort of fated to spend the majority of his time by himself. What do you guys think? Do you think Frank Black will end up alone? Do you think he would end up alone? I kind of do. I think he would maintain a really strong relationship with his daughter, Jordan. But she's going to grow up, get married, have kids and everything. And I think because of her dad just being the way he is, I think he's always going to be the guy sitting alone in the corner. Totally likable, chatty, engaging dude. But I just think he's always going to be isolated somewhat, socially speaking. Yeah. All right, I'm getting out of here. You guys are amazing. Have a good night.